Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit Acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and
Unlock a world of convenience with MullyBox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. From gourmet snacks to unique finds, each box is tailored to your tastes. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.
It's the Cam Show. It's Rogue Media Sports Network. Cam Stewart, Zach Burke, living in the greatest hockey country in the world. live from the US of A every weekday, high noon-ish Eastern time on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts after that. Oh, brother. We have been in on this. We have been hyping this up to the point where about 6:50 Central Time on Saturday, I was like, there's just no way this can live up to the hype. There's no way. And it did. Canada is firmly a top 2 hockey nation in North America. It's definitely somewhere in the top 2. The game absolutely lived up to the hype. It was an event in not just hockey, but in sports. And in this country, the U.S. defeats Canada 3-1 in their own barn in Montreal, hostile environment, and clinch a spot in Thursday's championship game. Tonight's game against Sweden, it doesn't actually mean anything. It could be a precursor to the championship game, by the way. There's still a world where Sweden gets in. I mean, by the time this is out to the masses, the first game will be over. But if that first game goes to overtime and Sweden wins in regulation, we had a U.S.-Sweden rematch 3 days from now. It has absolutely delivered. This tournament has delivered. That game delivered. It was the craziest first 10 seconds of any sporting event I've ever seen. And my God, I got to watch it at a hockey special bar here in Chicago. And it was packed out. We reserved a table. Thank God we did, or else we wouldn't have had anywhere to sit. There were even some Canadians there. And I tell you, the puck drops and it's Tkachuk and Hagel, and the place is going just bananas. Okay, bananas. And it's all fired up. And right before the second one, somebody yells out, "Oh my God, they're going to go again." And it's Brady Tkachuk and Sam Bennett. I thought we were going to need the fire marshal. The roof was coming off the place. It was one of the top 10 or 15 great just moments of being there with a bunch of fans watching it explode. It was awesome. And the JT Miller fight, forget about that one. But this is what it was supposed to be. The U.S. is a big winner in this one, but the biggest winner is the National Hockey League. Bravo, NHL. Olympics, IAHF, that shit ain't happening. There's no 2 fights in the first 3 seconds. They would ban those guys for the entire tournament for doing that. But the NHL puts in their rules and allows it to be an NHL kind of game. And that's what that was. That was a playoff game with real vendettas there. And I mean, talk about actually I just didn't think it was going to live up to the hype, because we don't hype is so synthetic these days, but this was very real. 2 weeks ago, this was a tournament that very few people cared about. Very few people were looking forward to. It was made up, Fugazi, just pick 4 teams, put them in there because our All-Star game sucks. And now this game on Saturday was an event. It was a big-time, massive appointment television for hockey in this country. And Lord knows what it did in Canada. An average of 4.5 million viewers in the U.S. for that game. Those of you just into Super Bowl ratings, that's small potatoes. But that is a massive, massive TV audience for American hockey. For not a Stanley Cup game, not a Stanley Cup final game, not an Olympic gold medal game, a round robin game in something called the Four Nations tournament, the Four Nations face-off. And the best thing that happened was you had the 1-versus-2 college basketball matchup earlier in the day. 7 p.m., you could watch Victor Wembanyama and Chris Paul just throw basketballs off a rack into thin air, or you could watch 3 fights in 9 seconds. You can watch actual bad blood. You can watch a whole nation boo another nation's national anthem and actually have to pay for it. And you miss some damn good, high-level, top-of-the-line, best in the world kind of ice hockey. I know which one I'm picking. Let's just say that. But what a rousing success this has been for the NHL. And this will lift off everyone else's ratings in hockey. Guaranteed. No matter how this tournament ends. Canada could beat the US on Thursday. It's not going to matter. It's still, in terms of this, it's still going to take off these NHL ratings. It's the best thing that could ever happen to them. Not that the game was any drier, but the league has sucked at it, at promoting it with these blackouts, and the way ESPN just totally mails it in. Like, it's not great. That's why the numbers have dipped so much. This will be a launching pad. Just like in 2010 when the US made it to the gold medal game, it really took off in this country for the next 5 or 6 years, really. The NHL playoffs were a big deal. NBC did a great job with it. And it really took off. And you had some big-time American markets winning the Stanley Cup at that time too, which was also important, right? Chicago, Boston, LA. That was pretty important too. But that was as anticipated a hockey game that I've had since the Bruins were in the Cup final. And I thought I was thinking that about Game 7 last year, like to take the Bruins out of this. I thought Florida, Edmonton, that Game 7 had a ton of hype and was a great event. And it was, but it was nothing compared to what we just watched on Saturday. That was awesome, man. And if you went on social media on Saturday night, that's all anybody was talking about, a hockey game. And it had everything you wanted. It had the fights. It had Connor McDavid being brilliant. It had some good high-end hockey. It had some bad Canadian goaltending. It had a ton of Freebird, man. It was, what an event. What did we say, Zach? I said this was going to be an event, not a game, an event. And that's exactly what it became. Oh, you should have saw this bar on Saturday, man. Oh. What a great night for hockey. And it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Now we shift it to Boston. I am intrigued to hear how the Canadian anthem is handled. That first game, I don't know how many American fans are going to be there. A good amount, like there was for, the US-Finland game. There was plenty of Canadians there at Bell Center. So I think, and I should have got this video, Zach. This is totally on me. I think they'll do what they did in 2004 when the Bruins were playing the Canadiens in the first round and the Montreal fans booed the American national anthem in Montreal. And then it came back to Boston and they just cheered right through it, cheered right through the Canadian anthem. Don Cherry was on Hockey Night in Canada being like, that's the classiest place in the world, Boston, best sports fans on the planet. They will not boo our anthem because they've got too much class. And he was right. They didn't.
Let me see if I can find it for you.
That would be great, man. That would be fantastic. Because then I want your thoughts on this game. But I just, everything you could have wanted, truly. And it did make me think of 2010, which was, I would say, a pretty big launching point for me as a hockey fan. I was a hockey fan before that, but like, I would say it was firmly my fourth favorite sport of the four major sports. And then that run happened. The U.S. went all the way to the gold medal game and had already beaten Canada in that tournament, by the way, and should have beaten them in the gold medal game. But Canada had too much quality. And from there, it took off. It helped the Bruins were really good too back then. So I got a soft spot for that. And I'm hoping that it takes off for another generation here. But who would have thunk it? This nothing tournament. No prestige to it. First time it's ever happened. Only 4 nations. No Russians in there, which usually gets the pot boiling.
Okay, so I found Don Cherry talking about the clip and then introing it to another clip of himself, and then but it's only like 50-something seconds. So I will have it for us here shortly.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that video is from Dafumi on YouTube.
It is. It
Yeah.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
The size and quality probably aren't going to be the best because this is an old video as well.
Oh yeah,
but
quality is not good.
yeah, so I'm blowing it up. You just asked about, as I figure out where the hell I saved this. You asked about my thoughts on the game on Saturday, and I was dealing with a little one who was a little fussy this weekend, but we were walking around and I knew like, all right, it's about to like start soon. I need to flip it over because it was on Max, I think is where I needed to get over to see it. And so I'm walking him around and my phone goes off. And my brother, I don't know if we've talked about this too much. I have a younger brother. I have twin younger brothers, but one of them's a pretty big hockey fan. He's a St. Louis Blues fan, but like
weird, but
yeah,
but you're also Senators fans.
Yeah, so I can't say much. But he's a really big hockey fan. So I knew like he would be watching on Saturday night. And I get there and I just get the 3 fights in 9 seconds. Like I missed the start of it too. And you want to talk about just heartbreak? Because I watched, like, again, I turned it on and I watched for a good while afterwards. I saw us go up 2-1 it was second period when, right?
Yep.
When Dylan, can't think of his name.
Don't call him Barry.
Yeah.
Larkin.
There we go. Thank you. Scored what would be the go-ahead goal, I guess. But I felt so cheated because I wasn't there to see it when it happened. Now, I went back and I watched it unfold and just watching it be like, okay, because when the first Tkachuk goes and he goes to the box, like when you talked about hearing people be like, oh, he's going to go again, like knowing obviously it was going to happen, seeing it happen just kind of was like, oh yeah, that makes sense if one of them went and the other one was about to as well.
Well, you see like on the replay, Brady's like, so like his eyes are fucking wide as Matthew's fighting. He's just like saying I don't even know if he knows what he's saying. He is just so bloodthirsty. Like he's ready for like you can see it, man. Oh. It was so fucking awesome. Like it was so awesome, man. That's how this should be. That's how you should start a big time hockey game.
Oh, for sure. And I loved how like both of them were just like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Like the puck drops. I can't remember. I think who won ever the face. I don't remember who won the face off. Because I just remember down in the bottom of your corner, like, Matthew sitting there, like the gloves are off, the sticks. His teammate just with the skates is like, moving everything out of the way.
Yeah, Brady's just getting everything out of the way.
Yeah.
Give him some room. Give him some room, gentlemen.
That is the one thing that I have always at least appreciated about hockey is where it's like, yeah, we're about to go toe to toe and just like, duke it out because it was Bennett for the second fight. Who was the first fight for Canada?
Brandon Hagel.
Yeah, Hagel's just like, all right, fuck it, we're doing it. And he's just like going at it too. And I love that both of them, it set the mood and it could have gone one of either way. If Canada's able to pull it out, then they look at that the same way we probably look at that now of like, oh, they wanted to come in and they wanted a piece of us and they couldn't back it up, except Team USA backed it up. And it was so fun to watch. Just from start to finish, it was exciting hockey. I found myself caring a lot about it, which was fun. Not necessarily. I'm a huge, was a huge NBA All-Star Weekend fan. Got to go when it was in Houston, man. Can't tell you who was in the dunk contest, but I was there and it was fun. I think Jeremy Evans was for the Jazz was one of the contestants. But there is no way that held a torch, even in the smallest amount of sense, to what was going on in a game that essentially meant nothing. It's one of the I mean, obviously it's Team USA playing Team Canada, but in the scheme of things, it's the 4 Nations tournament. What the hell is this? We made it up for this, but yet it cared. It mattered. It just felt like it mattered.
This is the most important thing I saw on social media this weekend. Like obviously everyone tweeting about the game and everything, and I'm sitting there in the first period and I'm looking during commercial break, and Bill Simmons is tweeting about it. Like, talk about anyone who's going to be watching the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities, as bad as they are now. Bill Simmons, the ultimate basketball crony, right, is like, no, I don't need to watch that. This is USA Canada, who, by the way, Simmons is a decent hockey fan. He will bring it up every once in a while on his show, and he'll be like, look, I don't follow it enough, so I don't ever talk about it. But he clearly does have a good enough grasp on hockey still. which I respect the hell out of. He's like, I'll just stick to the NBA. I know that better. I don't want to pretend to be a hockey fan. I don't want to offend hockey fans. But if Simmons is in on this, it is an event. And nobody after the first 10 seconds of that game had to be thinking, well, you know what? I should really watch the skills competition. No. I'll come back to this on commercials. Like, there's no fucking way, man.
You know what's really missing right now? Me watching Victor Wembanyama try to throw a basketball through a windmill. That is what I feel like I'm missing,
man. Oh, and like, look, I'll also say this because I want to talk about the NBA All-Star Game later in the show. Like, the NHL All-Star Game also stinks now. And like, but the fact that they went bold and did something like this, the NBA could never do something like this. They can't do an international tournament like this. They tried it with the NBA Cup in terms of just like something different.
Yeah.
But they can't replicate what that was. The NBA is still a great league and it's printing money, but they can't replicate what that was.
No.
And so they don't have that kind like the NHL now knows like they kind of got an ace in the hole here. When things are going poorly, like they've set themselves up with the World Cup of Hockey and obviously having pros at the Olympics again, that they can, and maybe they do 4 nations in the future. I think this will probably be the only one because of that World Cup of Hockey setup. And so you have something every 2 years. I don't know if the Players Union will love having something every year and how watered down that might be. But if they have this ace in the hole, man. And I got to say, like, we don't get too political on this show because I'm not political, but I think when Matthew Tkachuk after the game on Thursday, when he said, they asked him about, Canada and the fans booing the national anthem. And all he said was, I didn't like it. That's all I'm going to say. And then that's how we start the US-Canada game. Like, say what you want. Like, say it's kind of bullshit. These guys don't care. Or you can say they're January 6th insurrection if you want to do that, because that seems to be what everyone does. They do care. And I mean, hockey is fairly conservative, both Americans and Canadians, but I don't know that they're all like bleeding heart Trump guys on that team. I think they just are wearing USA across their chest, and the other fans are booing the national anthem. Like, that's going to get you fired up. That is going to put something into this thing. Like, you can't, like, even as I guess secular is not the right word because that's a different thing. But like as disconnected as we can be politically and with national pride in 2025, when you have 20 guys who are giving up their break to play for Team USA and then the national anthem gets booed, of course that's going to charge them up. Of course it is. Like, that's not fake, man. That's not, I don't know, man. It was awesome.
You want to?
Yes. All right. So this is.
You want to see some Don Cherry?
To set the scene, 2004, Canadiens Bruins. Canadiens fans were booing the American national anthem. Don Cherry knew they weren't going to do that in Boston, and I think it's the way that we should handle this at 4 Nations. Grapes, take it away.
I got a little clip I want to show you about those lovely people in Boston, the greatest people in the world in Boston, bar none. Go ahead and run it, please. But I guarantee you, you and Kelly were talking about in Boston, they won't boo our national anthem because they've got too much class.
Yes. TD Garden icon actually shown at the end of that video. The real ones know. What's so funny to me is Don Cherry is the most like patriotic Canadian person you could possibly find, except for this one fact, this one facet of it that we tap into there is he hates Montreal. He hates the Montreal Canadiens. I don't think he likes just French-speaking Quebecers at all. And so he loves Canada. But when this comes in, he's like seething. He loves Boston. He loves the Bruins. So I think that's how the Americans should handle it. I think that'd be very funny. But if I had to guess, I would guess they'll probably boo the national anthem. It will not be boo O Canada, obviously. It won't be the same way that they did it in Canada. It won't be that fierce. But I think they should just cheer right through it. I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely.
Too much glass. Too much glass. That wasn't even. We didn't even turn the volume up on that. That's just Don Cherry.
Yeah,
that's just his volume.
The bunch of the thing I remember here lately about Don Cherry is when Carolina had their little run and he got upset about them celebrating goals and just referred to them as a bunch of jerks, and they just ran with it.
Yeah, that was towards the end. Yeah,
Sidney Crosby's first loss, Team Canada loss
since 2010, since they lost to the U.S. in the groups. Yeah,
26 straight wins.
And can I? This has been a long segment, but I gotta shout out one more here. I gotta talk Bruins at this thing. Charlie McAvoy was a bull in this game. So people that don't know puck are going to be like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He gets beat on that McDavid goal, and he does. He gave half a step to Connor McDavid. Most players you can allow that. Connor McDavid, you can't. So yeah, he gets beat by literally the best hockey player on the planet Earth, and the fastest hockey player on planet Earth. Yep, it did happen. After that, he looked like a Norris guy after that. In fact, where it really turns for the U.S. after that McDavid goal is the next shift. McAvoy just absolutely punts McDavid, lays him out. Like Connor McDavid has not gotten hit like that maybe in his entire NHL career. Like absolute freight train along the boards, perfectly good hit. And that really lifted the U.S. In fact, they scored like less than a minute later. And on the bench, Brady Tkachuk's mic'd up, and he literally is like, "That's Charlie. That's Charlie. Charlie got us going. That's Charlie." It sounds like Slapshot, man. They're like, "Yeah, he set the tone. He set the tone." And he was great after that, and he was terrific on the penalty kill. Like the U.S. still misses Quinn Hughes, but Charlie McAvoy was fantastic for them on Saturday. Best game I've watched him play every game the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. This is the best I've seen him play in 2 years, that game on Saturday night. So yeah, especially if you take out that goal for McDavid, but the U.S. was the more physical team. They played terrific team defense the whole game. I mean, how many times do Crosby and McDavid and McKinnon get to the blue line and they got to dump it in? Like that is a win for the U.S. Even if Canada chases down the puck, like you took away a zone entry from the best players in the world. Now, if they play Canada again on Thursday, I think Cooper is going to make some adjustments because he's that good a coach. By the way, how about we almost getting a fight between John Cooper and John Tortorella after this thing all pops off in the first 10 seconds? They're like jawing at each other. God, I would love to see that. But the U.S. defended it absolutely perfect. And Canada, their one goal comes on a moment of brilliance, which, of course, with that roster, they can always have. I said that on this show the other day, talking about the Sweden game, the opening game that they had. Sweden really outplayed them for a good 35, 40 minutes that game. They were really gritty to get it tied up. And I said, Canada's just got one more moment in them. Like their talent's too good. They're going to have one more. And they did. But Charlie McAvoy, for me, was probably the player of the game for the U.S. on Saturday. Jake Gensel, 2 goals. Dylan Larkin, a goal. I love that the go-ahead goal was coming off a bad Canada change and a Sidney Crosby turnover. Oh, he's great. But now you got to finish the job. I don't even know who's going to play tonight. Tkachuk's not going to play. Ottinger's going to be in goal. You might even get a period out of Swayman, depending on it. The U.S. literally, there's nothing they can do. I mean, if Canada wins and they really want to play Canada, then yeah, they can really go for it against Sweden. But you're in this thing where you don't care about really the outcome, but you've got to play just hard enough that you're not caught flat-footed on Thursday, 5 days after that Canadian game. So I love it, man.
No, I'm here for it too. Do you think we're going to get USA Canada too?
God, I hope so.
In Boston?
It would be like, if the US wins this thing, that's really all I care about. But it would suck if it's not US versus Canada. Like, I would obviously hate losing to Canada, but either way, just that matchup in the final is great for hockey.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great for the
Yeah,
NHL.
even if the two teams split, like it's your, like, all right, each one got their one up, but it'd be good. You would watch again because it would be good hockey.
Yeah, I mean, same thing that I was talking about earlier with 2010 and how the NHL really lifted off for a nice golden period after that. I would have switched wins with Canada in that tournament if I could, but just the fact that it was US Canada in the gold medal game, great for the sport. So yeah, it would be a huge disappointment if they're just playing Sweden again. I mean, there is still a scenario where Finland gets in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck. It's got to be US Canada. Got to be.
I'm with you.
I guess I do have to talk some basketball because it's a Boston show. So I'll go to bat for Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum should probably win the MVP this year, the more I'm thinking about it, but he won't. The NBA will not allow him to win the MVP. We'll tell you why next on the Cam Show.
Shades is your trusted partner in stage lighting, offering a wide range of high-quality, innovative products since 2015. With designs that cater to all needs, fast delivery, and affordable prices, we provide exceptional customer service to ensure your satisfaction. With warehouses across the globe and sales in over 100 countries, Sheds is quickly becoming one of the most recognized names in the stage lighting industry. Visit shehds.com today to discover top-tier stage lighting solutions and become part of our global network.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoalUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Chapellex is a full-category shapewear brand dedicated to providing women with exceptional comfort and support. We offer thoughtfully designed solutions that blend style with functionality, empowering women to feel confident and at ease every day. Chapellex is redefining what it means to have a perfect body. Our mission celebrates body positivity, embracing every shape and size, because true beauty lies in authenticity. Visit shapellx.com today and join a movement towards self-love, acceptance, and confidence.
Indulge in Blum's luxurious Lotus flower rolls. The green Lotus roll bursts with a caramel apple flavor, while the blue Lotus roll offers a smooth berry cream sensation. With our Crush for Flavor technology, enjoy an instant burst of natural, intense flavor anytime you desire. Elevate your experience with the finest creations nature has to offer. Explore the full collection at blumleaf.com. That's BLUMLEAF.com. Blumleaf. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner. At Terrapin Ridge Farms, they believe in the joy of effortless entertaining. Inspired by CEO Mary O'Donnell's mom and her legendary holiday parties, they've crafted a line of gourmet foods that turn any meal into a celebration. From savory jams to mustards, aiolis, and more, their products are made with love, bringing unforgettable flavors to your table. Whether it's a casual get-together or a special occasion, they make it easy to impress. Terrapin Ridge Farms, where great food and great memories come together. Visit them at terrapinridge.com. Terrapin Ridge.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Yep. Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. Boy, it's all about Four Nations on this show these days. And I'm so here for it. I didn't tune into much of the NBA over the weekend. I did tune into the All-Star game a little bit last night just so that I could make fun of it on this show. That will be coming up. But the thing that's fascinated me, the thing that has really fascinated me in this NBA season is just the Jason Tatum topic, debate, discourse, whatever you want to call it. Because I know it's been overblown for the last couple of years. I was somewhere in the middle in terms of I don't think he's one of the 3 best players in the league overall, but I didn't think he was trash like some of these people were saying, that he's not top 10 or that. Like, he was clearly between like 4 and 6 or 7 in the league at any given time. And this year, again, watching the Celtics every game, it's pretty clear that I'm like, you know what? This guy is a top 3 player in the league. Like, he just is. And he's hitting his prime right now, right? He's getting there. And the more I watch Jason Tatum every night, the more I realize he's probably not going to win an MVP. He's just not the kind of NBA player that wins MVP. Because what the NBA MVP is it's an MOP. It's just the best player. And that's fine. I don't really have a qualm with that. They've been consistent with that over the years. It's not been, they've not taken value into account the way I think baseball does and definitely used to. And the NHL to some extent does. NBA doesn't. It's just a most outstanding player award. Okay, fine. And so there was a straw poll done by the players on who their MVP candidates are, who their choice is. And Jason Tatum comes in 4th at the midseason mark. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number 1, who will probably win the award. Jokic, number 2. Giannis, number 3. And Tatum, number 4. And I'm not here to say, like, Giannis is having a really good season, and Milwaukee is kind of has a puncher's chance in this thing. And I think Jokic is the best player on the planet. But it's like we almost get clouded by that too if we go the value route, right? Like, Milwaukee's better than they should be. Maybe. They're 29-24. But last year, people were thinking that's the team that's going to beat the Celtics. In fact, some NBA experts coming into this year thought this was going to be the team to beat the Celtics. And yet the Celtics were far and away the best team in the league last year. They're pretty damn close to being the best team in the league this year. They're certainly still the best built for the playoffs. And Jason Tatum in both years has been the best player on the best team. And you watch him night in, night out, and the attention that he gets from other defenses and his playmaking ability, which has skyrocketed the last couple of seasons. The way he has the game on puppet strings. Like, I watch this guy and I think he's an MVP. I watch this guy and I say, yeah, there aren't 5 guys in the league that I would trade him for. He plays every night. He plays well every night. His shooting has gotten better. His playmaking is outstanding at this point. He's still a pretty damn good defender. And he makes his teammates better. An already very good roster, he makes them better. And like, I've come, maybe this is, some Tatum goggles here. But the big thing I've taken away from this season versus previous seasons with Tatum is the end of game situations. Now, he's had 2 game-winning shots this year. He had a 3 at the buzzer to beat Toronto, and he had a fadeaway jumper with about half a second left to beat New Orleans. And yet still, people will be like, oh, well, he did it against New Orleans and Toronto, so you can't win. But the other thing I've noticed is how much he defers in the late game situations. And I use defers in air quotes because that's what it looks like when he's not taking the last shot. But really, when you look back at it every time, if you don't like Tatum and you want that narrative to be bad against him, you would say he's deferring. But if you watch the game and you understand what he's going for, you realize that he gets the most attention, that he's got some damn talented teammates, and the attention that he brings can leave a pretty talented guy open and can make for the perfect play. And he does that all the time. The people who don't think Jason Tatum are clutch just don't know basketball, or they don't watch it. So that's why Jason Tatum will never win the MVP. The NBA won't let him if he's doing that. If he's making plays at the end of the games. If he's making shots at the end of games, that's what they want. But not the guy who makes the right play. They don't want that. They don't want a guy whose numbers are up there with the best. They don't want a guy who leads his team in every major statistical category as the defending champions. He leads the team in points, rebounds, and assists per game, as he did the entire postseason last year. He was one of like 3 guys to ever do that for a team that went to the finals. I think he was the only guy to ever do it for a championship team. And yet we don't see the value in that. Come on, guys. So at some point, you just, as a Celtics fan, you just got to live with it. Because he's probably not going to put up the numbers, quite the numbers, because he's pretty close, but not going to put up quite the numbers that SGA does and what Giannis has to do on a night-in, night-out basis. Even what Shea has to do on a night-in, night-out basis for another really talented team in Oklahoma City. And how Jokic has to carry Denver. This is the ultimate knock on Tatum, is that he has good teammates that are really good at basketball. So they won't find him to be the MVP. If it ever became a true MVP award, MVP, there would be no doubt he's the most valuable player. But it's an MOP award. And that's fine. That's just what it has to be, I guess. But it's too bad that we don't really understand the value of a guy who, again, just led this team in every category last year. And they were one of the best teams this century, at least. And are going to be the odds-on favorite to repeat, even though Cleveland's pretty good. Because, by the way, 5th in that poll, just behind Tatum, is Donovan Mitchell. Like, if we made this a value award, Donovan Mitchell should be much higher. He's always been an underrated player, and Cleveland is the best team in the East. But it's not. That's 4 and 5 prove to you it is not a value award. Even 3. I mean, Giannis is carrying them. Anyway, Jason Tatum's not going to win an MVP. It's too bad because I think he deserves to. He'll be one of the best players to not win an MVP, I think. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Is he overrated? Should he be winning the MVP this year? Let me know. Be sure to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. We are live on YouTube, high noon Eastern time every day, talking Boston sports and, of course, some Four Nations and Freebird. And then we're available wherever you get your podcasts. The Camp Show is going to roll on. We're going to talk about how the NBA can fix the All-Star game. You're not going to want to miss that next on the Camp Show.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
Have you ever watched true crime television and wondered, how did they get that story?
I can show you. I was a producer for 48 Hours on CBS News.
In my exclusive tell-all book, I'll take you where no audience has ever gone before. Don't miss out. Secure your copy of Killer Story: The Truth Behind True Crime Television today. Available everywhere books are sold.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top-grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Covers & All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
We haven't been looking for you. Wake up.
Hellhound Country, available anywhere you get your podcasts. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Just saw this clip on Twitter during the break from the movie Miracle. Who we playing, Rammer? Sweden. You're damn right, Sweden. In the Four Nations face-off. There's a 0% chance, that I don't watch Miracle the night before the championship game on Thursday. Just Wednesday night, no doubt that will be on in the old Stewart residence. It is Cam Stewart with Zach Burke keeping us on the air here on the Cam Show. The NBA, man. What are we doing with this All-Star game? What was that last night? It was confusing, boring, loud, just drivel. Like, what was that? Now, I get it. You needed to do something because last year's was disgraceful. Like, it was just not basketball. But this, I don't even know what this was last night. They split it up into a bunch of different games, and they had the Rising Stars against the All-Stars, which was just weird. It's like, why is Keontae George playing against Kevin Durant? Like, there's a reason why it's an All-Star game. Like, if you're in your third year but you're a role player, then you can't be in this Rising Star. It's just really weird. And the whole thing is so bizarre. And it was like a 3-hour Kevin Hart special, which, look, he seems like a nice guy and everything, but have we had about enough of Kevin Hart? Like, when is enough with Kevin Hart, man? Has he been funny the last 15 years? Like, at all? I mean, like, he cracked me up when I was 12, 13 years old. Like, I loved it. And I'll still probably laugh at some of that. But it's 2025. Like, we get it. Oh, Kevin Hart's really short. Look at him next to Shaq. Let's have him do some commentary on the game and talk about how much he hates the game. It's so weird. God, so weird. And the worst part about it, well, one of the worst parts about it, is this is from an NBA Reddit, and it was 42 minutes of actual basketball was played in the 3-hour NBA All-Star game, and broke it down. The intro with the ads, half hour. Pre-game talk, 10 minutes. Game 1, Kenny versus Chuck. This is basketball, 12 minutes. This Mr. Beast challenge, don't know why that needs to be shoved down our throat even more and just put in these basketball broadcasts. That was 5 minutes. Game 2, Shaq versus the Rising Stars. That was 16 minutes. Then a 6-minute music performance. Then a 9-minute Inside the NBA tribute. Why did we need a 9-minute Inside the NBA tribute? Then game 3, 14 minutes. Post game, 6 minutes. Analyst desk / game intros / segment combined for 22 minutes. And ads in total of a 3-hour broadcast. You got 80 minutes of ads. An hour 20 of ads. What the hell are we doing? How is that a product, man? How is that something that people want to watch? And the worst part about all of it is I know it's a TV event, but there's like no one in the arena. It's like the Oscars, man. They got to have seat fillers. It was just bizarre. And like these reporters are putting out these pictures and videos of like, oh, 30 minutes before tip-off, really no one's here. Oh, 10 minutes before tip-off, there's still no one here. Tip-off, where's the crowd? And eventually, it kind of fills in. But this just goes to show there is no interest in this product, both on TV, and I can't wait to get the ratings numbers for it. Not that there was anything else huge on. I don't think anyone else was choosing the SNL 50 over the NBA All-Star Game or vice versa. But like, this is not a desired product at all. My suggestion is to get rid of the All-Star Game. Just don't do it. Don't do it anymore. If you want to do like some sort of USA versus the rest of the world one-off game, whatever. But this is not like, just name your All-Stars, name your All-NBA teams, and let that be on Hall of Fame resumes. That's it. Don't do this crap anymore. Don't do the skills competition. Don't bring up these G Leaguers to do the dunk competition because no one else wants to do it. Don't have LeBron just say like an hour before the game, oh, I'm not going to play, and take away an opportunity from someone else. He was going to play like 5 minutes anyway. Why didn't he just tell them on Friday, hey, I'm not going to play? Instead, he does it Sunday evening. Jaylen Brown had a good suggestion when it came to how to fix the All-Star game. And he said, he was asked about the crowd. And he said, man, maybe they should play it in Boston. I know it won't be as empty as it was tonight. Maybe he's right. Maybe you need to actually rotate it to these cities that care. And you would think San Francisco would be one, but it clearly was not. Clearly was not. And Steph Curry wins the MVP over Tatum because it's his home arena. Whatever. I don't think Tatum's legacy is going to be hurt too much by missing a second All-Star Game MVP. But maybe that's what they need to do. Maybe they need to play it in Boston and New York and, whatever. Maybe Chicago. Because even San Francisco doesn't care. Maybe Toronto. Maybe they care. We're more of a basketball country these days anyway up there in Canada. Not much of a hockey team. Not much of a hockey country. It is sad. Like I've never really got a heyday of the NBA All-Star Game, but I don't know why, and the NHL is part of this too, why they don't just do East versus West. If basketball, you can wear the home uniforms and the road uniforms for your team. Like, since they strayed from that, the players stopped caring, really. And it has become, an unwatchable product. And they've just strayed farther and farther away from that. And still they're like, why is nobody watching? Like, Luka just wearing a Lakers jersey and playing for the West isn't going to solve all the issues here. But that automatically is something that's easier to follow. Especially if you're watching in a bar or something like that. You're like, what is this? Team Chuck? Team Shaq? What connection do these guys have to each other? These guys playing on the team? It doesn't really make any sense. So me personally, I think you should just scrap the whole thing. I just think you shouldn't even play it. And I don't know, figure something out to fill that void if you deem necessary. Because honestly, I don't think that the NHL is going to continue to do Four Nations. I don't think they're going to do it every year. But If they did, in this same weekend, they'll blow right past the NBA for that weekend. I'm not saying the league is going to automatically become more popular, but they'll own that weekend. And that's something for the NHL, right? But if you cancel the All-Star game entirely, I don't think the NBA Players Union is going to really put up much of a fuss. That's just my personal stance on it. But yeah, I tuned in for just a little bit, kind of here and there. It's as bad as it's ever been, in my opinion. And it's, people care less than they ever have. So I say just scrap it. That's pretty much where we scrap it for the day. I got to watch some four nations facing off. And I've got to get you ready for this breakdown of a meaningless USA-Sweden game tomorrow. Can't wait. And then we're championship talk, because then we know who the US is playing on Thursday night. God, I can't wait. It is the Cam Show. It's live at high noon Eastern time every weekday here on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts. So stick around tomorrow. For Zach Burke, I'm Cam Stewart. We'll have the Cam Show for you at this time tomorrow.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Tusains, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.